Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time to admit that I was right about Marvel. I think it's pretty obvious, right? After this weekend with Fantastic Four falling 66% and seemingly dealing with some massive brand damage, there's a couple of things I wanted to talk about because I've been saying for a while that things are not going well. And in all seriousness, there was a time period, and maybe even it's still happening right now. People were so fucking mean and so rude to me because I was saying shit like Marvel should cancel some projects, right? And that's the first thing I want to talk about is canceling projects, okay? Man, I was saying this for years. And should they have canceled Disney Plus projects? Absolutely. Several of these Disney Plus projects should go. And frankly, they should even cancel the ones that are still coming out this year, right? Like, they should get rid of that shit. But it's so obvious that they should have canceled stuff. And here's the thing that really biffs me about this. Like, how the fuck is Feige going to come out and give all these comments about how it was too much and they know it was too much? Dude, you're the one that greenlit it all. And you're the one that refused to cancel stuff. And this is where we are at now. Oh my God. And here's the other thing too. Even the good projects should have probably been gone. Like, so we talk about, what's the show? Agatha, right? Agatha's actually pretty decent. Agatha actually charted. Agatha actually did pretty well. But dude, it doesn't matter because the problem that I'm referring to is a problem separate from the quality. There are some people out there that are saying that if Marvel had absolutely incredible movies and television and none of it was bad, none of this would be happening. That's fucking crazy. So we can actually apply logic and do a thought experiment here to show you how crazy that is. So here's a simple question. Is it possible at all for Marvel to be doing too much outside of quality? Meaning, if every single project was a 10 out of 10 and they dropped a new movie every single day, do you think that would be too much? Right? Now, that might seem obvious, but that's why you use like logic. You can extrapolate from that point to where you're at. Basically, of course there is, outside of quality, of course there is a ceiling on how much you can handle, on how much would do it. Saturate the market. Too much of a good thing is a bad thing. You've heard this expression before. It's so obvious that that's the case, right? So, like, this entire conversation of, like, well, if it all had been bangers, like, we'd be fine. No, we fucking wouldn't, dude. There's no goddamn way you can do 6 to 11 projects a year and not fatigue your audience. On top of that, here's the worst part of what happened. Every single part, and I mentioned this a little bit before, but this is really how I feel about it. Every single part of this process, including the rituals, the red carpets, the previews, the premieres, the Easter eggs, the breakdowns, the watch parties, the discourse, all of it. Every single part of the process became tiresome. Every single part lost its luster. And on top of that, Marvel has some quirks, okay? Right? So Marvel has some quirks. Marvel has some, what would you call eccentricities, whatever that fucking word is. You know what I'm talking about. Marvel has its own little things that it does. It has the goofy little humor things, right? It has the colorful palette. It's got the costumes that exist in a certain way. Marvel has like things about it, very specific things to Marvel. Well, when you show us and give us 6, 7, 9, 10, fucking 11 of these things a year, all of those things become tiresome. All of those little things people get a little bored of. Like, have you ever been with somebody in a relationship? And I know most of you probably not, but some of you probably have actually been in a relationship before. You'll find that this happens in relationships too. Do you know that during COVID, divorce rates like skyrocketed? Do you know why? Anybody? Anybody know why? I mean, it's obvious, right? Like, these people in a high-stress environment spending way more time together than they normally would. All the little things that bother you about your partner get dialed up. We're not meant to be like that. You need your space. You need your ability to be a person, express your own feelings itself. Guys, they literally dead ass try to spoon feed us 7+ projects a year. And of course, there were quality problems. I'm not going to sit here and say that there weren't quality problems. But if you look at the box office right now, all the biggest movies are slop. Like, I don't know what else to say. Minecraft, fucking slop. I'm sorry. You might like it. Get fucked. It's slop. Jurassic Johannes Scarlet. I've heard it's the worst fucking movie in the whole series. Okay? Lilo and Stitch, which some of you guys get butthurt when I say this for whatever reason, but doesn't Lilo and Stitch literally at the end of the movie in his goofy little Lilo Stitch say, fuck Ohana? Disney doesn't like family? Like, I don't know. That's what I was told. I didn't see the movie, but I heard this little fucker comes out at the end and is basically like, Disney doesn't like families anymore. And it's slop as well. From what I've heard. The movie's not even great. Okay? So think about that. The biggest movies this year, which used to be the Marvel movies, right? And then, the Cameron stuff occasionally and shit. But like the point is, the biggest movies this year aren't even fucking good. They're not even good. So you can't say the lack of quality for Marvel is what added to the fatigue. Make it make sense, dude. Make it make sense. Do you understand what I'm saying? Are you feeling me? Do you understand? So it's not the quality, dude. They fucking cooked it. They should have canceled project. Dude, this is crazy radical, but I'm telling you right now, they should have canceled half of the projects. Half of them. Half of them. So, part of the reason why I'm bringing this up is like, I'm just fucking salty because I got called all sorts of names. I got accused of being super toxic and horrible because I was telling, hey, Marvel should probably start canceling projects. Like, I don't think this is sustainable. I don't think we should do this. Like, cancel what? Dude, name me a project. Flip a coin, heads up, cancel it. Straight up. You could go, literally, Kevin, this would have been better. You are toxic? Fair. This would have been better. Feige, every single project in phase 4 and 5, literally, dead ass, like, flip a coin. Like, I got this silver coin here because I'm pretty sure World War III's happening and stuff, so we're stocking up on our silver. So let's see here. What are the projects? We'll do tails, cancel it. Heads, it stays. WandaVision. Stays. Loki. Cancel. Falcon and Winter Soldier. Cancel. Miss Marvel. Cancel. I like this coin. Hawkeye. Cancel. This coin is great. This coin just did a better job than a president of Marvel Studios. So I apologize. I'm just a little butthurt because it sucks to be right. And it also sucks to have been told that I was stupid poo-poo head for years. And then now I have to sleep in the bed that the Hat Man made. And it's not a good bed. There's bed bugs. There's prostitutes. I'm pretty sure I found a needle. It's not a good time over here. Okay? Next thing. Quality alone isn't the answer. I already kind of talked about this. But, like, in the midst of this shit, right, over the past couple of years, a lot of you would be like, we would talk about it and shit, and like you guys would be like, they just need better movies, or like fucking James Gunn, right? They just need better scripts. You know what killed Marvel over the past couple of years? Not completed scripts. Holy shit! I tried to say while we were having these discussions, and I get it, chat. I understand the inclination when you don't like a thing, and then you see things perhaps underperforming, and you're like, well, if it was better, it would make more money. And I told you guys during this run, I said, that's not fucking true. That's not even what made Marvel successful in the first place. Like, don't get me wrong. There are some really good Marvel movies. Within the first 3 phases, there are some incredible Marvel movies. But do you not remember the Scorsese comments? Do you not remember? Scorsese came out and said they're amusement park movies. And if you recall, there was a moment, and I know this was early on, like dead ass, like we're talking about like potentially 15 years ago. So like some of you have kind of aged out of this conversation, but some of you haven't. Some of you guys were there. Don't you remember when the critics in the industry was so harsh on Marvel? They would ding them about quality all the time. Right? So there's been some good Marvel movies, but Marvel didn't become what it was because of the quality of the films, dude. I don't know what else to say. That's not it. That's not the value proposition. The value proposition was, oh, this next comic book movie that's connected to this other comic book movie that's setting up this other comic book movie. That's the buildup, following the characters, the story, the spectacle. Brother, it used to be a novel concept to have a shared universe where constant cameos happened. Like, this was considered novel, and it was. It was truly something special. And it was a big driving part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe's success. And then the other thing that's crazy, and a lot of people forget, is Marvel didn't really hit that billion-dollar stride until Phase 3, right in the last 3 to 4 years leading up to Endgame. That's really when the magic happened. There were a lot of hits and a lot of misses, and it would, you know, they were profitable, but it's not like they were crushing it throughout the whole thing. It was really that 5-year period right into Endgame. That was when shit was like crazy. And the growth they saw from that was like absolutely absurd. And even that, guys, was not actually because of quality. It was because of an escalating story, escalating stakes, incredible characters that we loved and we were interested in. But it wasn't like they were putting out Dances with Wolves or Citizen Kane of comic book movies every single time out. That's not what happened, right? And it's also just not, like, look at the box office. I think Thunderbolts might be one of the best comic book movies ever made. It is quintessential Marvel Studios. It feels like Phase 3. It is on point. I fucking love that movie. Fantastic Four is so crispy. I know there's some debate about this. Like, some people don't think it's as good. I think it's a goddamn masterpiece. And I think if you're a cinephile, you drool all over, man. That movie is, like, that movie feels like a Christopher Nolan comic book movie. You know, like, but with Fantastic Four rather than Batman, right? Like, it's crispy as fuck. It's so good. It doesn't matter. That's not putting butts in seats, guys. And then you look at Deadpool and Wolverine, and I think that's a really fun movie. You know, I try not to talk too much shit on it, but it's kind of slop, brother. Like, that movie's kind of fucking slop. It's a cameo fest, slop fest. Its plot is paper thin. Like, it has a couple of meaningful moments, and otherwise, it is just, it's a comic book slop. Like, I don't know what else to say. And that thing made $1.3 fucking billion, guys. It was never about the quality of the individual film. It was about the quality of the viewer's experience engaging with the universe overall. That's what it is. And I think Marvel, like, they have to be able to look at these last 2 movie performances. I think particularly with Thunderbolts, but definitely with Fantastic Four as well. They have to look at this and they have to realize that quality is not the answer. And I've seen some wild fucking takes out there. Like I watched Grace's movie math yesterday. All due respect to Grace, and you know she's iconic. She's doing her thing. It's great. But like, bro, she's like, these movies aren't good enough. It made me want to rip my fucking hair out. I was like, what are you talking about? They have some of the highest audience. Like, what are you talking about? Now, if you were to say to me they're not as valuable to the consumer, I could get on board. But this whole like, they need to make better movies. No, fuck no. That's not the value proposition. That's not what people give a shit about. So, in my opinion, Chad, I feel very strongly that I was right about them not canceling stuff. I feel very strongly that I was also right that quality is not the answer. Quality alone is not going to get them out of this. If it were, Fantastic Four would be doing much better. Okay? Here's the sad little end cap to this segment, and to put an exclamation point on this. I, as a Marvel fan, just as a fan, not as a pundit, not as a, YouTuber, reporter, whatever other bullshit, just as a fan, I love the Thunderbolts and I love Fantastic Four. I basically could not be happier as a fan with regards to those two films. I could not be happier personally. That is the problem. They have put so much time and energy into making movies. Like, I almost feel like Feige was like, okay, we got sloppy. A bunch of nerd vengers said, if I fix the quality, I'm going to fix it. Josh cannot possibly be right, so here we go. We're going to fix the quality. And then he goes and spends all this time fixing the quality. And really what I think that was to prove that they can still make the quality. Like, we can still make it the way we used to. All these pizzas, they're not hitting the way they used to. Well, guess what? The original recipe guy is back. The ingredients are what they used to be. We're going to cook you a pizza just like it was before. And I'm over here like, dude, fuck yes. That pizza was awesome. Loved your pizzas back in the day. Let's go. Whole bunch of the world is like, I'm kind of sick of pizza, Kevin. That's tough. That's tough. Now, they have a chance to, again, potentially turn it around, show us that you can do this with Spider-Man and with Doomsday. But if those films don't work, I personally feel you need vision, not the character. You need a whole new vision for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, luckily for them, they have a reboot or a reset, like, lingering. I think, and it really does depend on how things go next year, I'm personally leaning more into a heavy reboot, a harsh reboot, not a soft reboot. I think that's probably the way, and we'll see. But maybe that's also time that Parliament introduces new people or they find a new visionary. Like, I think that might be on the table at this point. Yeah, which is kind of like the next thing that I think I might be right about.